What is going on, soldiers? This is XpoZe, and today I have a video for you. I have a gameplay from the new Black Ops 3 beta. It was supposed to release today, this morning at about 12 a.m., but it actually ended up leaking or releasing yesterday at about 6 p.m. Eastern. So I ended up picking up and playing it pretty much all night for that matter. I do want to touch base a little bit on the gameplay before I give my reviews and thoughts on the beta so far, and what's really going on with it, what it involves, and what it allows. So, if you haven't watched it, this is a hardpoint game on a map called Combine. I'm using mainly the Razorback SMG, which in my opinion is the best gun in the beta. I haven't got to use the M8 yet, but it is my favorite gun thus far. The game is great. I will say that. In this gameplay, I ended up going 38 and 20 or something. It's nothing huge, but I do double up on some score streaks and whatever else, but we'll get into all that. First off, I want to kind of talk about a little bit about the leveling system. It's the same thing with everything else. You have levels for your personal self, as like your account, but you also have levels for your gun. As your gun ranks up, you unlock rather than you get to it. Some things unlock at a certain level, but your gun also unlocks things as your gun levels up. So in this beta, as far as your maximum level that you can get to, that is a level 28. I'm not sure what the maximum level is going to be in the game, if it's going to be something like 55 or 65 like it's been in the past. But in this, it's 28. The last gun you can get is actually going to be the M8, the same gun that was in Black Ops 2. As far as my opinion on this, it's a fast-paced shooter. It's not going to be too slow-paced. There will be search and destroy might be a little bit slower, but this is a fast-paced shooter. As far as exosuits, I know a lot of people, including me, were a little skeptical, especially with the whole thing with AW coming out, all the boosts, the dashes, the exos, the stim, whatever else that you had to go faster. This, in this case, doesn't really have that. The double jump is just a simple jump to just make you go higher. You can't dash while doing it. You basically just go up, and you can kind of tilt to the left or tilt to the right. There's no, it's almost like jump shotting, but a couple feet higher. That's really all it is. Then you have the wall running. Now, the wall running, for me personally, that was a big scary thing for me. I personally like wall running. In this, I don't really think I do much wall running. You might have actually saw it when on a certain side of the map that I did that at. But the wall running isn't really bad either. It's more of a situation where you're just gonna go faster across the map. Let alone, it's really hard to do. It's not easy at first try. You have to sprint and jump at the same time, then jump off with a double jump. It's something that it's going to take some getting used to, and I'm sure it'll just be easy lickety-split, but as of right now, it's a little difficult to get used to. Now, as far as shooting on it, as of right now, it's the same thing. I can barely wall run, let alone shoot, while I'm doing it. Do I think I'll be able to in the future? Yes, but it's not going to be a situation where people are going to be able to abuse it, and it's going to be really difficult to kill people. You don't run any faster on the wall than you do while sprinting on the ground, which is huge in my opinion. That was a very good touch that they put in, and I'm glad they did that. I almost got turned on there. But as far as killing people, they kill like they're supposed to. You'd see in Advanced Warfare, certain times you'd shoot people, or the hitboxes were really wrong, or when you do kill someone, you don't know when you kill somebody. In this game, it's very easy to understand when you kill somebody and when you don't. As far as a spectator view, just watching it while I'm talking, it seems really easy to understand what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, and how it's happening. I don't know how I didn't kill that kid, though. But for the most part, I really enjoy it. Now, as far as this Razorback auto, like I said, it's my favorite gun. I've also used it's called the Man of War. It's an AR. That's a decent one. I'm not a huge fan. I think the M8 is probably going to be my favorite AR when I do play this. But as far as this goes, this is a 4v4. It's obviously 6v6 in the beta, but we ended up getting a 4v4 in this, and just the way it felt as far as like a competitive standpoint, quote unquote. Obviously, it's a different story because it's a pub, but in reality, these are the same amount of players that would be on this map if this were to be competitive. It was really nice. It was a nice change of pace. A lot of the gunfights, a lot of the shooting, a lot of the action that you're in is mostly on the ground. Very rarely are you getting in fights where you're up in the air. So as far as scuffs go, scuffs will still help, yes. But not really to the point that it did in Advanced Warfare. Now, what I will say here is, on all 3 maps that I've played, they have certain sections of the map that are strictly only able to go through if you wall run. So, for example, there's certain parts of the map where there's no ground. If you don't wall run, you will fall to your death and you won't survive. So you have to wall run to get to one section to the other. Now, it's good because a lot of those are flanking things. A lot of those are areas where you could flank a hill, or you could flank a base, or a bomb site, or whatever the case may be. Now, I mainly only played Hardpoint and Domination. Domination was same old Domination that it's been since COD 4. It seemed fine to me. Will it be competitive? I doubt it, and I think it's pretty much been announced it won't be. But Hardpoint is perfect. Now, there's something they did add to Hardpoint, and I'm not sure exactly how it works, but based on me playing and what I'm seeing, if you look at the bottom left-hand corner, now you see when it says capture, it goes green. When we have it, it's blue. When they have it, it's red. Now, what you'll see is when nobody is on it, let's see if we can get to a section here where no one's on it. So I come in here, I get the kills, I'm on it. But as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, there's no timer, right? But the moment the hill is no longer occupied or it's contested, the timer starts to go down. So as long as somebody's on the hill, the game will resume. So let's say it's a situation where it's 200 to 211, but there's only 3 seconds on the clock. There's not going to be really any more mathematically impossible. That doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore. What it looks like is, as long as you're on the hill and the opposing team is not at 250 yet, you still have a chance to win the game, which I think is going to be absolutely amazing for the competitive gameplay. That is just, whoever thought of doing that, whether it was Vaughn, whether it was another one of the developers over there for the esports scene, or even just for the game type scene, that is absolutely one of the smartest ideas I've seen. I didn't think of it. A lot of the community probably didn't think of it. But I am very impressed with that, and I really do think that that's going to be something that's going to really make hardpoint games a lot more exciting. As far as the score streaks, as you can see, I have a UAV, I have a care package, and I have a Hellstorm, which is the same thing it was back in Black Ops 2. You can boost it, you can slow it down, and then you can spread it right when you want to shoot. It's one of those streaks that are really a necessity if you're going to be using streaks. They have the same pick 10 but in this case, in most cases, you could only use in other games, in other CODs, you can only get like 3 attachments on your gun, or you can only have 3 perks in an attachment, or you could do overkill and have 2 perks. This you can have 2 of any perk. You can have up to, I believe, 4 attachments on each gun. You can have up to 3 attachment, I think, on each pistol. So there's really a lot of customization that you can do as far as your classes go. That's something that I think is really underestimated and undervalued in this game. As far as the game goes, I enjoy it. So for those of you guys who don't know, this beta is going to be live until Sunday, I believe. On PS4, and then it's going to go live on the Xbox on the 26th of August. So as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. If you can, get out to the stream, twitch.tv/XpoZe. If you don't make it to mine, check out somebody else's. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's even more fun to play. I definitely recommend checking out the game if you don't have it already, and if you're not already spending all night playing it. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, do whatever you can to help me out, and peace.